Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Shai Bashem Kakodash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Let's get right into it. I'm going to entitle this video End Times Prophecy Chart. End Times Prophecy Chart. And I was going to entitle this video All Prophecies Will Come to Pass in Our Generation. I may add that to the title. Let's see. But anyway, this is from a list. I'm just from a site. I'm sorry. Give me a second here. Okay, I guess this is Dwell or Dwell Community Church. Old Testament End Times Prophecy Chart. And we at the former One Westers, we specialize in prophecy. They get on us, when they speak about the so-called black Hebrew Israelites. They say, well, they out there cursing out people, and they're not cursing out people. Hey, you watch a lot of these One Westers, like ourselves. We don't be cursing out people. We teach the scriptures. Somebody comes up, we explain it to them. IUIC don't really curse out people that much. They set up and then they teach the scriptures. They get a little crowd, then they converse with the crowd. It's not a. It looked like they were going to pounce on me. No. Basically, they go into the scriptures. That goes for the ISUPK. That goes for the Sakari. That any of them groups that's out there. Pre-Sabak, and there's all these different groups. I'll be here all day mentioning all the different groups. You go out there on the highways and byways to fulfill what the scripture says, highways and the hedges. There's many precepts on that. I mean, that's a topic within itself. But anyway, we should be known for prophecies. I'm talking about the former One Westers. There's a term that Vocab Malone labeled us with this term, former One Westers. When they talk about us, they should talk about us about the prophecies. They say this is going to happen according to this book in the Old Testament. They say that's going to happen according to the book of Revelation in the New Testament. So anyway, I'm just going to go by this list. I didn't put no precepts together. Sometimes I just go by the Spirit. Okay, so it says here, and this is a chart for a reason. And like I said, we're known for the prophecies. That's what we should be known for. The Hebrew Israelites or the black Hebrew Israelites say, America's Babylon, or the MOTB, which is controversy because you have two major camps. Then you got many camps. The majority of the camps out there, former One Westers or groups that stem from one of the former One West camps. For the most part, they say that the MOTB has nothing to do with the micro CHIP. Now, the only groups that do teach is number one on the list are the men of GMS, and then you have Sakari. They teach that the mark of the beast is the microchip, and even HODC they believe it. They don't really push it. If you go to their page, you're not going to find any videos on the MOTB, and it's good every once in a while to put up a video on the MOTB. Do sound like a broken record, Because people, when it actually comes, they're gonna, is this the one? We explained it, we broke it down, we made it crystal clear what the MOTB is, but you're gonna have people, is this actually the MOTB? Do we supposed to take it or not? Because they told me I'm gonna lose my job. And this is somebody that been watching the videos for over a decade. We over going on 2 decades on the YouTube. But you're going to have simple people that watch us for entertainment purposes only. They're not taking heed to what we're saying. They're not honoring the Sabbath. They're not, inquiring about the Passover. How do I keep the Passover? Can I come to your Passover? Whatever the case may be. They know that they're Israelites, probably don't have a beard, probably eat pork, shrimp. They don't honor the Sabbath, whether they believe the Sabbath is the Friday sundown, the Saturday sundown, which is not. The Friday sundown, the Saturday sundown is not the Sabbath. It's only the Sabbath only falls on the Friday sundown is when the new moon comes in. So you other camps should be ashamed of yourself for following them small hats. You got that from the small hats, all right? Real talk. Anyway, let's go into it. Let me see. Confusion in last battle. Okay, so you know what? Let's pull this out. Okay, let's go to Ezekiel 38:21. Yeah, I finally saw the fight with AJ against Ngannou, and AJ destroyed him. And I couldn't see it because it was a Sabbath. The fight took place on the Sabbath. Which was Friday sundown, Saturday sundown, because it came in on the new moon. And then you had the new moon, which was Saturday night. So I had to wait until the sun went down Sunday, yesterday, to watch it. Anyway, let me come over here. Okay, Ezekiel 38:21, and I will call for a sword against him throughout all my mountains, saith Yahweh the Most High. Every man's sword shall be against his brothers. What comes to mind is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, mainly the 15th chapter. Let's read on down to the end. And I will plead against him with, and I believe that word is judge. Matter of fact, let me do that. Yep, the word is judge. Shabbat. Let me click on this. A primitive root, which is Shabbat, which is simply to judge. To judge. (21) again, Ezekiel 38:21, and I will call for a sword against him throughout all my mountains, meaning the governments, the countries, saith the Lord, power, Yahweh. Every man's sword shall be against his brother. And another thing that comes to mind is Zechariah 14:12 on down, where it speaks about a great tumult. We're going to go into that as well. Let me see here. Let me pull this over. And let me open up another blue letter. Zechariah 14 and 12. Okay, so we know what this is. The plague is talking about the destruction by fire. That's what's meant by the lake of fire in Revelation. Revelation, what is that? Revelation 20. I think it's also spoken of in Revelation 19. It's a couple of times. The lake of fire is the United States of America on fire by the missiles from the former Soviet Union and other nations, that some of the NATO nations, or all of them, if they possess missiles. I do know, if you go check it out, you put in, go to Google, put in NATO nations that possess ICBM missiles, and only two come up: France and the UK. So I don't know. You got to go into it to see how many missiles do they possess. And keep your eyes open on the building of these ICBM missiles, whether every NATO nation and EU nation will have ICBM missiles. I'm not saying they don't have missiles at all, but they don't. The only ones that possess, according to me going to Google, the only ones that possess ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, are France and the UK. So this right here is definitely talking about ICBMs. So it says here, and it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from Yahweh shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, 2 Ezra 15, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor, 2 Ezra 15. So now let me go into the word, let me see. I wanted the word tumult. Tumult. The word is mahawa ma. And it says here, let me let you listen to it.
Strong's H 4103. Mehumah.
Yeah, he says mehumah. It's mahawa ma. Tumult, confusion, disquietude, discomfiture, destruction, trouble, vexed, vexation, tumult, confusion, meaning war, disturbance, turmoil, disquietude, if I'm saying it right, panic, discomfiture, to be in discomfort, which is war. and wars are taking place. You got the Israeli Palestinian genocide. It's turning into a genocide. In most wars, the losing side, it turns into a genocide until they put up the white flag. You know, Russia and Ukraine. That's a genocide. They pretty much, you know, ran out of trained soldiers. They're just grabbing guys off the street and they run. They leaving the country. Nah, you gonna kill me. They got women. So this thing is heating up. Okay, so we're in Ezekiel 38:22, and I will plead against, which is judge, against him with pestilence. Man, these planes, every day you hear in a plane of the door falling off. The last one was this morning. I guess it happened yesterday. I believe it was a flight going from Australia to someplace else. And they said that there was about 50 people that got jacked up. There was blood on the ceiling of the plane. The turbulence was so bad that people were jumping up and down like Mexican jumping beans, and they were all bloodied up. And those are all Edomites or some coon ass Jakes up in there. So that's the Most High. And they said it's through turbulence. Now, I've been on planes and I've felt the turbulence, and that shit gets you nervous. But I never jumped. It never threw me out of my seat and made my head hit the ceiling. All these floods. Hey, this is the Most High doing this. This is what it meant by the Most High visiting you. UFO sightings. We're definitely, hey, like High Priest Ariel used to say, Habakkuk 2, he would go to Habakkuk 2, the first couple of verses, and it says, if it tarry, wait for it, it shall not tarry, it shall surely come. Well, it's in Ariel would say, High Priest Ariel would say, this was in the 80s. He said, we're not in those prophecies yet. He said, but when they come, you don't got to ask whether we in the prophecies. He said, you're going to know we in the prophecies. So guess what? We are in the end time prophecies. The next major prophecy will be the MOTB. And that's going to be a major shakeup to all these major camps out here. I'm talking about the major ones out here. It's going to be a shakeup. Hey, look, as soon as they make it mandatory, you got to, the breaking news, everybody got to get a chip. I'm going right to the IUIC just to see what the leader has to say about that. I'm just going to sit and then I'll know what type of man he is. I'll know if he's this guy, Barbecue. Let me give you a picture of Barbecue. This is what I noticed about Barbecue. I took a picture of Barbecue. And it is the reason why he's called Barbecue. Because he eats flesh. Okay, bear with me for a minute. I don't want this. Okay, yeah. Jimmy Barbecue. Jimmy Chesriez, whatever. This is Barbecue. So he's Barbecue because he cooks people and eats them. If I can't get it this way, I'll get it another way. A picture, they say a picture speaks a thousand words. There's a picture of him. That's Barbecue, the head leader of this. Well, he was a former police. Well, he was in the special forces of the police. But a picture speaks 1,000 words. Picture speaks 1,000 words. Okay. And that's a war down there. So let me read this again. And I will plead against him with pestilence and with blood, and I will rain upon him, and the missiles are going to rain upon this man, and upon his bands, and upon the many people that are with him. The many people that are with him, what is the U.S. known as? It's known as the Great Melting Pot. An overflowing rain, not water rain, overflowing rain, which are the missiles, ICBMs, and great hailstones, fire and brimstone. So what is this talking about? The missiles. Thus will I magnify myself and sanctify myself, and I will be known. What does it mean to be? How you know somebody? By their name. In the eyes of many nations, because the whole nation is going to see it, Revelation 18, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. So hailstones, right? Let me take the word hailstones. Hailstones. And look at it says, Isaiah 30:30, and Yahweh shall cause his glorious voice to be heard, and shall show the lighting down of his arms with indignation of his anger, and with the flame of a devouring fire, with scattering, because the warheads are going to scatter, and tempests and hailstones. Most High sends real hailstones, but the ultimate hailstones are the not the ICBM, but the warheads. Okay, I don't know why it's not in the book of Revelation. Maybe it's written different. Let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. See, this book, these scriptures come alive when you know how to navigate through them. All right, let me do this. Okay, Revelation 16 and 21. And great hail from heaven fell upon men in America. Each hailstone about the weight of a talent. Talent is about 75 to 100 pounds. Now, one of the up-and-coming young elders from the main camp did a video, and he went into the hailstone, and he said that it was the warheads, which he was correct on. He was 100% correct. And if the weight of a warhead, not the whole, a jettison pack, which is the whole system, the warhead and the delivery system, it was talking about the actual warheads. So each one is about 100 pounds. And they got a thing called a pocket nuke or suitcase nuke. You can go into a building and blow a whole building up with a damn suitcase nuke. And that's something that you can hold in your hand. That might be no more than 20 pounds. So can you imagine what a 100-pound nuke would do? And then we're talking about 200 million nukes, 200 million warheads. Revelation 9. It says, since that plague was exceedingly great. Now let me read this in the KJ. Okay, let me do it this way. Okay, bear with me for a minute. You know, you got your neighbors, you got people that you run into. They have no clue as to what's going to happen to this place. And this is from the King James, regular King James, Revelation 16:21. And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven. And not all men, the women, the children of the USA. Every stone about the weight of a talent. And men blasphemed the Most High and cursed out the Most High. Why did you do this to us, God? Of the plague, of the hell, for the plague, Zechariah 14:12, thereof was exceeding great. You can't compare this event to any time in history. It wasn't as bad as that flood. No, it was way worse than the flood. Let me see something. Let me go to talent. Plague. Sorry. Most High getting ready to light this place up for real. Okay, weight of a talent. A weight or worth of a talent of silver, weighed about 100 pounds. So those are the nuclear warheads. And I just hit a couple of precepts. That's all I did, was I hit a couple of precepts. Let's come on back over here. Look at that, Zechariah 14 and 13. It should start at 12. I read that. Daniel 7 and 25. We already know what that is. Okay, 7 years or 3.5 years, which is the Great Tribulation. These people don't understand. This Daniel 7 and 25, or Daniel 7, 25th verse, is going to come to pass. When you saw from the first verse down to like the 7th, 8th verse, that already took pass. 9th verse is getting ready to take place as you read down. Daniel 9:27 already took place. That was talking about Yahushua coming on the scene, Yahushua dying, 70 AD. But these dumbass Christians are used this to say, well, that's the Great Tribulations. The Antichrist is going to make a pact with Israel, and he's going to come out of Israel, and he's going to make a pact for the first 3.5 years, and the second part of the 3.5 years, he's going to come up against us. He's going to show his horns, and the Most High is going to have to rapture us. These Christians don't know what the hell they taught. They don't understand. Daniel 12 verse 7. Let me go to Daniel 12 verse 7. Daniel 12 verse 7. in the King James. Yeah, I'm watching CNN. You got Biden. Israel invasion of Rafah would be a red line, meaning that's it. You can't, if you do that, we're gonna cut you off, and that's bullshit. This guy, just like Trump said, this guy is the worst president in the history of the United States. Trump also said, if you take 10 of the worst presidents, he said he's worse than all 10 of them. And if he gets back in office, come on, man. That's why Jake men don't vote, because they don't believe in the system. The only Jakes that are part of the system are you damn women. Because a lot of you women are going to take that micro C hip. Okay, so let's see what Daniel 12:7 says. And I heard the man clothed in the white. Nope, this doesn't. No. This has nothing to do with the Great Tribulation. So Esau don't know what the hell he's talking about. Okay, corpses. Let's see what this is all about. Let's pull out a few. We'll pull out Joel 2:20, and we'll pull out Isaiah 34:3. I'll read a couple more, and I'll close it. I may come back. This is a pretty good list. Anybody that wants to take this list and make another video, read the rest of this, feel free. Because if I went into every last one of these precepts, which is going to lead me to other precepts, I'll be here for the next 4 or 5 hours. Like Sakari, they'll do a video for 5 hours. Well, they're young, And I don't try to do a video that long because Jake has people in general have a short attention span. That's why when you have a sitcom, it's half an hour, really about 20 minutes. You can't do a sitcom for 5 hours. Sorry, 5 hours. Ain't nobody gonna watch it. Okay, let me come over here too. We're in the King James. Isaiah 34:3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And this is one of my favorite prophetic scriptures. And this is getting ready to happen in our lifetime. Most High's wrath against nations. Yes, but the main nation, number one on the list, that's going to get it the worst is America. There's going to be buildings falling down. There's going to be a lot of death around the world, but it's not going to be nothing compared to America. Anyone that's left on this land mass called America, the United States, you're done. Animals, cars, whatever, buildings, it shall melt with fervent heat. Isaiah 34:1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, meaning the whole world, and all things that come from forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and the fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, their armies, but not their lands. The only land that's going to be utterly destroyed is the U.S. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink, this is, Ezekiel 39, shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains, the governments, shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved. The hosts of heaven is talking about their power, meaning Esau, the United States. and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. So what did Isaiah saw? He saw the mushroom cloud of these warheads, pelting America, pelting the earth, but the U.S. and all their hosts. That's why salvation, that's why the New Testament and the Old Testament speak about salvation. The word salvation means being saved from impending danger. The house is on fire, the firemen come and save you. That's where you use the word salvation. So these other nations are not going to have to worry about being saved, because they're going to be looking from afar off at the fear of a torment. It says, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. So the fallen figs in the Middle East, if a wind came along, the figs will fall off the tree, but they will fall in the arcing fashion because they're going with the wind. So that's how Isaiah, use the example of, these things look like figs falling from a tree. Because these missiles are going to come in an arcing fashion. They're going to go up in the heavens, they're going to come back down on their targets. And they're going to be guided. Guided by who? The Most High. The Most High is going to be in the presence of them. What is that? Ezekiel, I believe 38:17, if not 39. He said, Apostle Paul said he's a consuming fire. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. His sword is his armies, his mechanized army. It shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people. Who's Idumeans? We're going to look it up. And upon the people of my curse for judgment. So now vocab Malone, he said the Edomites are done away with, right? So you can ask him, did this prophecy come to pass? He's going to have to say, yeah. Yeah, it came to pass already. Yeah, it came to pass. If he says, no, this is a future prophecy of destruction. Okay, good, thank you. So this destruction is going to come down upon who? Idumea. Who are the people of Idumea? He might not even know what an Idumean is. So let me click on that, and I'm gonna close. I don't want to go long. Let's see, I may go get a few more precepts. I mean, we know all these precepts by heart any doggone way. Idumea. And that's a Hebrew word right there. Edom, red Edom, Edomite, Idumean, descendant of Esau, land of Edom, Idumea. America is no longer Canaan; it's actually the land of Edom. They're spiritually called Edom, the land of the Edomites, because they took this land south and east, southeast of Palestine. We know that the Lord ain't going to destroy Petra. The current land of Edom is the United States of America. Let me get a couple more, and I'll close it. Okay, let's go to Joel, which we know these all. We know this by heart. Northern army, I will remove from the northern army to a land barren and desolate, which, if you open up a map, it's between the Red Sea and they're going to be facing the Euphrates. Let me see. Isaiah 24, that whole chapter is power. Ezekiel 37, regathering of Israel, which are the tribes. This is yet to be fulfilled. No, the people of Israel, they went back to Israel, fulfilling all the No, because where's all the tribes at? Where are they located in Israel? All nations gather for war. Here we go to Jewish revival. And the word Jewish is not even in the scriptures. Let me take the word Jewish. Jewish. Now, if they say we're anti-Semitic because I said, first of all, we ain't got no problem with them calling themselves Jews. They can be Jews all they want. We don't got no problem with them calling themselves Semitic, whatever that fucking means. Because we're Shemitic Israelites. Jewish. Okay, well, it says Jewish fable, not giving heed to Jewish fables. So it's in there one time. Abomination that maketh desolate. This already took place. That was during the time of Titus entering the temple, the holies, and taking the treasury, stealing the treasury. There you go to 10. The beast or Antichrist. Come on, which is it? See, if you have that eye salve in you, you can see. The average Christian, they don't know what's going on. They're clueless. What black church do you know that's teaching about the end of the world, period? Or the MOTB? Or Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon? The black church, if you have a particular IQ, you have a particular amount of smarts in your head, if you go to the black church, you will leave the church dumber. You would start to lose brain cells in the black church, and that includes Geno Jennings, that clown. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. On to the next one. Shalom.